This is Andy Hart and welcome to the Gene Freeman Aquatic Center at the University of Minnesota. This hallowed pool will soon play host to the 2019 edition of one of the most exciting and anticipated events in swimming and diving, the MIAC Conference Championships.
The Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, or MIAC, is a Division III conference in Minnesota. Think small schools mostly in and near the Twin Cities. The schools we're talking about are Augsburg, Carleton, Concordia, Gustavus, Hamlin, McAllister, St. Ben's, St. John's, St. Kate's, St. Mary's, St. Olaf, and St. Thomas. We have elite liberal arts schools like Carleton and McAllister, religious schools, and universities with well-known grad programs. MIAC teams are perennial academic powerhouses, and together they've got the academic diversity of a large state school. Let's run through the men's meet first. We'll focus on individual swimming events. The dominant men's program for the last few years is undoubtedly St. Thomas. Since knocking off St. Olaf a few years ago, they've been the undisputed champs of the MIAC, putting up some of the top point totals ever seen at the MIAC meet to win the last 4 titles by comfortable margins. But the Gustavus men, after a quieter few years by their standards, have clawed up some of that gap the past 2 years. Last year, they closed to within 150 points, which actually is the closest anyone has been since USC started their title run. Both teams brought in some fast freshmen, but St. Thomas lost a huge senior class, including reigning swimmer of the meet, Bailey Bewer. So could this be the year that someone challenges the Tommies? Now let's talk swimmer of the meet. The top contender in my view is Gustavus senior Tanner Sonic. Sonic is the multiple-time reigning champ in both the 100 and 200 breast, has a 158.2 breast PR, and is the heavy favorite in those events again this year. If he can win the 200 IM as well, he'll likely be swimmer of the meet. Behind Sonic are several other swimmer of the meet contenders. Tom Nygaard of St. Thomas is the defending champ in both sprint freestyles and also has a 49.9 100 back PR. His teammate Max Larson, the defending 400 IM champion, has a shot to win that, along with the 200 IM and 200 fly. Nolan Larson of Gustavus, no relation to Max, won the highly contested 200 IM last year and hopes to add the 100 and 200 free. And John Lopfe of St. Olaf has won both backstrokes the past 2 years and could also be a force in the 200 IM or 100 fly. Given that, the 200 IM is the race to watch. Every one of those men, except for Nygaard, will likely be swimming it, and a rusty swim could fall several places down the results. On the second full day, both Lotfi and Nygaard have done the 100 back in the past and have found success this year at the 100 fly. If those two find themselves in the same race that day, it could prove spectacular. And if you want to see a winner from one of the smaller teams, the 1650 is your best bet. Paul Reichman of McAllister is the 2017 champ and top seed. He'll be pursued by several swimmers, including Sean Grieseth of St. Olaf and last year's winner, Mac Christensen of Gustavus. Now for the women. St. Thomas has won the past 3 titles after ending a long Gustavus run. The Tommy women have put up historically high point totals, while Gustavus has stuck around waiting for their chance. The Tommies have reigning swimmer of the meet, Kate Strauss. Sounds a lot like the men's meet, right? Enter St. Kate's. If you haven't been following the MIAC the past 10 years, it'll be hard to understand how surprised I am to be talking about that team right now. They're a women's only school, and every year I can remember have been either 5th or 6th in the conference. That's about to change because St. Kate's, I've got to believe, just brought in the best recruiting class in MIAC history. Jordan Wenzel and Maggie Menso are D3 title contenders. Wenzel has already been a 101.7 in the 100 breast this year, which would have been second at nationals last year. Menso has been 16.47 in the 1650 this season, the top time this year in D3. But they aren't one-trick ponies. Menso is the MIAC leader in 4 events, and Wenzel is the MIAC leader in 10. The only swimming event in which St. Kate's does not lead is the 50 free, where they have 4 in the top 7. Besides that duo, St. Kate's has also got 3 more newbies who will likely score well and perhaps win events. But they don't have the upperclassmen or the depth of St. Thomas and Gustavus. So who will win the meet? Wenzel and Menso are the leading contenders for swimmer of the meet, even if they don't fully rest. So let's talk about some events to watch. The 50 freestyle should start things off with a bang. It's wide open. Caroline Mather of Carleton is the top seed and a former national qualifier. Maggie Webster of Gustavus is the reigning champ and also a national qualifier. And St. Kate's has a freshman contender in Macy Klein. Who's going to win? It's a 50. Anything could happen. The 1650 will be Menso's playground, and the question will be, how does this set her up to win the Division III title? Can she drop here to the 1630 or so that it will take to win there? And the race for second could go many ways. Defending champ Caitlin Crosdell, Casey Erickson, Gretchen Behrens, and Linnea Rizzo at least could nab that second spot. And the 200 fly could be the duel of the meet, if it happens. Kate Strauss has a 2:01 PR and is a D3 All-American in that event. But it's Wenzel, not Strauss, who is the MIAC leader at a 2:03. Wenzel may opt instead for the 200 breast, but if she swims the 200 fly, this could be the race of the meet. The 2019 MIAC Swimming and Diving Championships run from Thursday, February 14th to Sunday, February 17th. Morning sessions start at 10:30 and evening sessions start at 6:30, both central. The first event is 3-meter diving prelims at 5:30 on Thursday. To watch, go to miacathletics.com/playoffs/2018-19/SD and click on live video. See you then.